even though it's multiple choice, but whatever. And then I have 2 more. But I was bored, and so I thought, let's film a YouTube video because I'm really bad at filming and actually making content. Anyway, so today I'm gonna be doing book triggers. I got some new books for Christmas. They're very random. They're not, well, they're books that I wanted, but they're like really random books. There's no theme going on here. Most of them are non-fiction. And I just thought I'd show you the books, do a few triggers. There's gonna be some of the books I got for Christmas, and also just some random books that I have in my uni room. So I'm gonna start with the ones that are literally next to me. So let's get started. The first book is the book that I'm currently reading, and this is the book Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker. I'm doing an undergrad in psychology at uni, and so I literally just love any book that's related to psychology, but also something that's not in what I'm learning, if that makes sense, like something outside of my modules. I'm not doing sleep at the moment or yet, and so this has been really interesting. I also love sleep. Like, I don't really need help in sleeping more, but it's very interesting to like know the importance of sleep, and it is very important. It literally is probably one of the most important things in your health. If your sleep is bad, then it kind of just like affects everything else, to be honest. And I definitely feel when I don't get enough sleep, I just feel so groggy and terrible, and it makes my day just feel like it's ruined. So I'm a very slow reader. I've actually been like reading this for literally the whole of January, and I'm only this way through. I'm on page 202. I really want to try and read 12 books in the year, so a book a month, which for probably avid book readers that seems like nothing, but for me that's a lot. I barely read, and it's not even that I don't enjoy reading, I just end up going on my phone instead. So I need to get into the habit of reading instead of scrolling. I was really interested in this section, like about caffeine and how caffeine affects sleep and stuff. I feel like caffeine doesn't really affect me very much. I'm not really sure why, but it's about like, I can't remember what the chemical was, but there's this chemical that throughout the day continues increasing in your brain, and then when you have caffeine, the caffeine like blocks the receptors or whatever, so then it's a build up of this chemical, and then when the caffeine wears off, you get like an energy crash. I should probably remember the name of the chemical, but I'm not very good at remembering stuff. I always read things like I can't remember what the book I read was. Oh, Atomic Habits. I read Atomic Habits. I was like, this was such a fabulous book. I've learned so much. I literally remember nothing. I'm just so bad at remembering what I read. Anyway, there's a neuroscientist shows how a good night's shut eye can make us cleverer, more attractive, slimmer, happier, healthier, and more of cancer. It's probably too soon to tell you that it saved my life, but it's been an honor. This person, Rachel Cook, says, passionate, ardent, it had a powerful effect on me. Maybe compelling and utterly convincing. You'll never think of your bedtime in the same way again. A stimulating and important book, richly packed with science. Uplifting. Walker is in love with sleep and wants us to fall in love with sleep too. So yeah, that's the book I'm currently reading. I'm also listening to an audiobook at the moment, which is The House of My Mother by Sherry Frankie, and it's very, very like touching and a very good audiobook. I highly recommend you listen to the audiobook because it's obviously read by Sherry herself, so it just makes it so much more like real. And yeah, I definitely recommend that audiobook as well. I've started Goodreads this year too, so once I've finished them, I'll put reviews or whatever. Honestly, can't remember my account name, but struggling to understand how to write essays, this might be helpful. I do wish there was colour and pictures in the book. I don't think pictures are necessary for an essay writing book, but like I do wish there was colour because it is very black and white. Actually more grey and white almost. It's not really very dark ink, but like why the colour on the actual cover, there's colour. Why is this colour not in the book? Lied to me, but I've read like little bits of it, I've kind of like dipped in and out of it, and it seems kind of helpful, so I will implement this when I write my next essay. Actually, you know what I was saying at the beginning, that there's no, though my books are random, but a lot of them are going to be psychology related just because that's what I enjoy reading. I enjoy reading textbooks though, but you know what I mean. So that was that one. I realised there's a few more psychology ones. I'm going to take a break from those. And we have a fiction book. There's a hair on my mic. This book smells really old and really dusty because I found this just like lying around in my cupboard at home, and so I took it back to uni with me. It's Wordsworth Classics, Charles Dickens, Great Expectations, and I have not read it. I feel like I need to read more classic books because there's just so many books that I haven't read, and even not even classic books, like even newer books that just like are so popular, and I feel like I should have read and I just haven't. And it's okay, I need to read more, but I'm just so like once I like get into a book and start reading, like I actually open the pages and read, like I want to keep reading, particularly fiction. I feel like non-fiction, I feel like it's every time I open the book I have to try and get back into it, whereas if I enjoy a fiction book, like once I start, you know, I want to keep reading. But I'm probably just yapping on, I'm probably making no sense, but I think the only Charles Dickens book I've read is A Christmas Carol, and that's because I was forced to read it at school, but I say forced, it was actually quite good. I actually really enjoyed it. Let me read a little blurb. Considered by many to be Dickens' finest novel, Great Expectations traces the growth of the book's narrator, the orphan Philip Pirrip, if I said that right, Pip, from a boy of shallow dreams to a man of depth and character. From its famous dramatic opening on the bleak Kentish marshes, the story abounds with some of Dickens' most memorable characters, among whom are the kindly blacksmith Joe Gargery. I feel like people are gonna hate me if I mess up the names and stuff. The mysterious convict Abel Magwitch, the eccentric Miss Havisham, and her beautiful ward Estella, Pip's good-hearted roommate Herbert Pocket, and the pompous Bumboopchuk. These are strange names. As Pip unravels the truth behind his great expectations in his quest to become a gentleman, the mysteries of the past at the convolutions of fate, through thrilling adventures, serve to steer him towards maturity and his most important discovery of all, the truth about himself. Yeah. It's really interesting. I'm quite interested, like, in health and nutrition, in relation to neuroscience, like how food affects you mentally more than physically, to be honest. But yeah, this book was I haven't actually read it properly yet, but is what I've read very, very interesting. And I actually asked for this for Christmas because one of my favourite like influences, the Buff Unicorn, was reading this book. Like I think it was a Snapchat post I saw. I was just like, that just sounds like a book that I'm really interested in, and it is really good. So I highly recommend this if you're interested in kind of psychology, and health and brain health and stuff like that. So yeah. And I got that book from my uncles for Christmas, and I also got this book from them. This is like a massive psychology book. It's just got so many different aspects it's definitely got some psychology in there. Yeah, psychology and philosophy. It's like a combination of those two, which I'm really interested in philosophy as well. Why is I really interested in? I need to read more into philosophy, to be honest. I'm saying I'm interested, but I actually don't know that much about philosophy. But I would really like to learn more about philosophy. I think psychology and philosophy, like, integrated together is quite interesting. So this says, have you ever wondered if life is trying to tell you something? This is a book about all the unwanted and unexpected moments in our lives. They surprise us, they blindside us, they shock us, they command our attention. Some bounce off us, others strike deep into our being. These moments are collision points between how we see life and how life actually is. These are life shocks. In the new book, Sophie explains how life shocks awaken us. She offers her own deeply personal story, as well as other case studies, as a vehicle for bringing the theory and teachings to life. She focuses on 3 kinds of life shocks we all receive. Limiting life shocks, which challenge our arrogance and appetite for control. Exposing life shocks, which challenge our affectations and pretenses. I'm not very good at reading, as you can tell. And evoking life shocks, which challenge our closed-heartedness. This groundbreaking new book reveals how these life shocks can bring healing, transformation, and peace. So this sounds really exciting, and I can't wait to read this after I've read the book. Yeah, so my brother got this for me for Christmas. And he said that his friends, lecturer, psychology lecturer, recommended this book. So very excited, and I've never heard of it before. I love like reading new books I've never heard of. It's really like fun. I thought I'd just pick up a random book to finish off with. Kind of like I'm related to everything I've been looking at. This is a cookbook. This is the Hungry Student Vegetarian Cookbook. I have a few different cookbooks. I have the regular Hungry Student Cookbook. I also have a slow cooker book up there. One book, I don't know. I've got a few cookbooks with me. To be honest, I've used the slow cooker one quite a few times, but have I actually used these cookbooks? Don't think I've used this one at all. I'm actually doing vegetarian January at the moment, and I might continue eating mostly vegetarian, to be honest, because it feels right to me morally. But I have actually tried making these recipes. Can't lie, when I make meals, I just look at my fridge and go, that sounds good, and make the most random meal ever out of it. Or I literally eat like the same things for ages and then get bored of them, and then eat the next thing for ages. Like, yeah, that's how I go. But there are some fun recipes in here. I try to do quite a high protein diet. Like while I'm vegetarian as well. I love tofu. Just because I go to the gym and I work out a fair bit, so I think it's important. But I don't know, I'm like looking through as if I was trying to find something. But yeah, let me just read some random pages. Got Greek salad, butternut squash and pea curry. I love curry. Curry is great. Vegetable halloumi stew, veggie sausage and bean casserole. I've had some good veggie sausages throughout this month. Broccoli and Stilton soup, spicy tomato and couscous soup. I've never heard of it. Couscous soup. Baked mushroom risotto. I really want to like mushrooms. I like raw. Okay, it's really weird. I like raw mushrooms, but they have to be like not wet, if that makes sense. Like they have to be like very kind of not crispy, like crunchy. I don't know. Like they have to be very, very fresh. But I just don't really like to cook mushrooms. I don't like cooked mushrooms very much. But I always see like vegetarian recipes and they all have mushrooms in them, and they look